In the world of professional wrestling, dramatic confrontations and bold personalities are part of the spectacle. However, every once in a while, an unexpected moment sparks conversation far beyond the ring. Such an incident unfolded this week involving NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, a rising star often referred to as the Prodigy, and a fellow WWE performer whose questionable actions immediately caught attention both backstage and online. The moment in question, an attempt by a WWE star to playfully but inappropriately spank Roxanne Perez during a backstage segment, quickly became the talking point of the wrestling community. Social media lit up, fans debated the intentions behind the gesture, and soon after, an unexpected voice chimed in, Roxanne Perez's boyfriend, who issued a clear and confident response. What began as a questionable backstage encounter has now evolved into a multi-layered conversation about respect, boundaries, on-screen professionalism, and the powerful role social media plays in modern wrestling culture. This is the full deep dive, everything from how the incident happened, who responded, how fans reacted, and why the situation matters more than it appears on the surface. Roxanne Perez has quickly become one of the most dynamic and beloved performers in WWE's NXT brand. Known for her youthful energy, athletic ability, humble personality, and undeniable dedication to her craft, Perez has won over audiences despite her relatively short time with the company. From the moment she stepped onto the NXT stage, it was clear she wasn't just another prospect, she was a star in the making. Her intensity in the ring, combined with her respectful demeanor and connection to fans, made her the perfect embodiment of the nickname the Prodigy. She broke barriers early in her career, became one of the youngest champions in the brand's history, and continues to bring a level of passion that commands respect from peers and fans alike. Because of this reputation, the incident that occurred backstage felt especially jarring. Fans who admire Perez for her professionalism found themselves questioning the behavior of the WWE star who crossed a line, even if comedy or character work was the intended purpose. According to backstage sources and the segment that circulated online, the moment occurred during a light-hearted rehearsal or behind-the-scenes recording. The participating WWE star, whose name has been discussed widely but is not necessary to identify here, approached Perez in an overly playful manner. What followed was a quick and unexpected gesture, the attempt to spank Roxanne Perez. The gesture appeared sudden, unplanned, and uncomfortable. Perez's reaction, a surprised step back and a defensive hand gesture, suggested she was not expecting or approving of the action. Observers described the moment as awkward, unprofessional, a joke that didn't land, a boundary being pushed unnecessarily. Even if the star intended it as humor, the optics were immediately criticized. WWE fans are passionate and protective, especially of younger performers who maintain a clean and respectful image. Within minutes of clips and descriptions appearing online, the wrestling community reacted strongly. But before the debate could spiral too far, someone important stepped forward. While fans rushed to form opinions, Roxanne's boyfriend decided to address the situation with a message that struck many as surprisingly calm, reasonable, and mature. His response wasn't aggressive, but it was confident. It wasn't confrontational, but it was protective. It didn't insult anyone, but it made the boundary unmistakably clear. According to sources, his message centered around a few key points. 1. Respect for Roxanne, both as a performer and a person. 2. Acknowledgement of her professionalism, even in uncomfortable moments. 3. A reminder that jokes should never cross personal boundaries. 4. A positive tone encouraging professionalism moving forward. Rather than fueling drama, he addressed the situation in a way that won praise from fans. His approach emphasized maturity, respect, and the idea that even in the world of entertainment, performers deserve dignity. Fans noted that his calm handling of the situation showed confidence, not insecurity, a refreshing contrast to the aggressive online reactions many expected. The modern WWE environment is not the wild, unregulated backstage atmosphere of decades past. Today's locker room has changed dramatically, becoming more structured, respectful, and aware of personal boundaries. With more women than ever stepping into leadership roles, the wrestling world is evolving. Behavior that may have once been brushed aside is now taken more seriously. Young stars like Roxanne Perez symbolize this new era, one built on professionalism, skill, and mutual respect. This is why the attempted spanking incident struck a nerve. It felt like a disruption of the standards the company has worked hard to maintain. For many viewers, the conversation wasn't about drama, it was about respect. As soon as the situation spread online, fan reactions arrived in three main waves. 1. Support for Roxanne Perez. Many fans immediately defended the Prodigy, expressing admiration for how she handled the moment and criticizing the inappropriate gesture. Comments included, "Roxanne deserves better than that. She works too hard for these games. Not cool. Respect the champ. Why would anyone think that's okay?" 2. Praise for her boyfriend's response. His calm maturity won many hearts. "That's how you defend someone without making it messy. Respect to him. That's a real man's answer. Handled with class." 3. Mixed humor. Because wrestling fans often respond with memes and lighthearted jokes, some fans attempted to soften the situation through comedy. Still, most acknowledged that while humor is part of wrestling culture, boundaries must remain. This wasn't just a backstage misunderstanding, it sparked a broader conversation about how women are treated in wrestling, what counts as a joke and what crosses a line, how performers must support each other, maintaining professionalism even in high-energy environments, the role of social media in amplifying small moments, the power and responsibility of public figures. Roxanne Perez is not just another performer, she is a future main roster star with massive potential. Fans want to see her continue rising without unprofessional distractions. Moments like this remind the wrestling world that respect is not optional, it's essential. Interestingly, Perez herself has not commented publicly on the incident. Fans view her silence as a sign of maturity and focus. She has always expressed a desire to inspire others, especially young girls, through her in-ring performances and work ethic. By choosing not to add fuel to the fire, she demonstrates calm control over her rising brand. Her energy continues to remain directed toward improving in the ring, defending her championship, and showcasing her talent. Her silence speaks volumes. She doesn't need drama to stay relevant. She lets her wrestling do the talking. She trusts her supporters, and her partner, to handle the noise. No official disciplinary action has been reported, and WWE has not issued a public statement. However, backstage reports suggest that conversations about professionalism and boundaries took place. The likely outcomes: 1. The WWE star involved will be more careful moving forward. 2. Backstage teams may enforce clearer boundaries during rehearsals. 3. Perez continues to rise with increased fan support. 4. The boyfriend's response strengthens Perez's public image. Fans believe this will be a minor bump in her career and may even contribute to heightened respect for her backstage. Professional wrestling thrives on big personalities, dramatic moments, and unforgettable interactions. But outside the ring, performers are real people deserving of respect and consideration. This incident, while seemingly small, became a reflection of evolving standards in the wrestling world. It highlighted the importance of boundaries, professionalism, and the value of responding with maturity. Roxanne Perez remains a standout talent destined for greatness. Her boyfriend's response showed class and character. And fans were reminded that even in entertainment, respect is never optional. In the end, the moment will likely fade, but the discussion it sparked may lead to a more respectful and thoughtful environment behind the scenes. The Prodigy marches on, stronger than ever, and with the support of both her fans and her partner.